if you approach a guy based on whatever her criterion she used, height, income, looks, then you find out he went to the top B school in the country, he lives in the best part of town. You don't, okay, you can date a guy that lives out in the woods and works at Walmart and rides a tricycle to work.
He'd be a lot more pleasant than you.
How do you know?
He doesn't have the ego, because you have ego.
Ego is based on accomplishments.
Ego is built on somebody who doesn't have accomplishments, who's trying to convince everybody that he has accomplishments.
Not in my case.
Okay,
hold on. There's 1,000 guys like me out there.
I got to take a break. Now, John says that since being dubbed the worst person in the world 4 months ago, he hasn't been on a single date. So John agreed.
Online date.
Online date.
Yeah.
So John agreed to face the fire and go out to a bar to find out what women in his hometown of Atlanta actually think about him. So we followed him to the bar. We're going to talk about all that when we come back.
Ladies, my name's John. Have you guys heard about this whole Atlanta dater match.com fiasco? Worst person in the world.
I think he's a little pompous. He definitely has an ego.
Tomorrow, she had it all, an 11-year marriage and 3 gorgeous kids. But that wasn't enough.
So you just took up with your friend's husband.
Now,
I begged him for his attention and his love, and he's shooing me away.
she's torn between 2 men.
What right do you have to be sleeping with somebody else's husband?
New Dr. Phil.
I feel like I'm being thrown under the bus.
Are you being thrown under, or are you laying down in front of a bus?
Then on Friday, this husband says he lost his hot wife.
Her stomach is flabby. It's not very sexy anymore.
You gained this weight when you got pregnant.
Yes.
And who was it got you pregnant?
Plus, the top 5 gifts no mother should live without.
Everybody in the audience is getting everything up here.
New Dr. Phil. That's Friday.
An Atlanta financial consultant. He's trying to turn his shame into fame.
This is merchandise I'm pitching on my website. I'm selling an action figure. You can hire me to go to your red carpet event. I'm selling personal training sessions, Flex Armstrong dolls, life-size graphics you can put on your wall, autographed DVDs. I got a lovely picture of me here. It says in quotes, I can bench, squat, leg press over 1,200 pounds combined.
Well, today we're talking about the male ego. When is having an ego just about being confident, and when does it become offensive? Now, John has been dubbed the worst person in the world after sending a woman who rejected him an email, and he accused her of not being fit. He suggested that she head to the gym. Now, Tricia's with us. She's never met John before, but she's disgusted by him, his egotistical ways, and says he's exactly the reason that she doesn't date men online anymore, because there are too many out there like him. Now, you believe in honesty, and
Yes.
you say you're 6 foot tall, make $100,000 a year, a member of Mensa, drive a Beamer convertible, 35-year-old Ivy League graduate, acted in 14 films, live in a high-rise in the nicest, ritziest area of town.
It's called Buckhead, yes.
So that's just, you're not bragging, you're just putting it out there.
Those are my stats. I want to date someone of my own caliber. I want to date someone who's educated, attractive, interesting.
So you're not bragging, it's just the truth.
These are my accomplishments. Your perception of them is totally up to you.
Okay, well, because I looked at one of your stats, and it says that you're not 35. It says you're coming up on 41.
That's fine.
Why,
You want the truth on that?
why would you're saying, look, I'm just all about being truthful and upfront.
Exactly.
Why would you lie about that?
It's very simple. I got a fake ID so I could drink when I was younger.
So how old are you?
I'm 35.
Okay, but on Facebook you said you're 33.
I'm
And
not-
on LexisNexis it says you're 40.
When I signed up on Facebook, I was probably 33 at the time. Yeah.
Well,
I
this
used
says you were
MySpace.
born in 67. Your passport says you were born in 67 also.
Based on the fake ID I got when I was 16 years old.
But you have to show a birth certificate to get a passport. You don't show a fake. You don't just go in and
Well,
throw out an ID. You have to show a birth certificate.
Well, this is before 9/11 when I got my passport.
Okay.
I know how old I am. I know when I was born.
I don't care.
I don't,
I'm
you
just
know,
asking. But, I mean, are you puffing your profile? I mean, you talk about women, you know, they're sending fake pictures or headshots or old photos or whatever. Do you puff your website?
No, my website is pictures of me. It's accurate. It's all the things I've done, and it's very simple.
You say you've been in 14 major motion pictures, but most of those were extras, right? They were uncredited extras.
Day player, stunt man, walk on, you know, all kind of things like that.
Well, let's take a look. Our cameras followed John to a bar so we could see how women respond to him. And you were a good sport about it. Let's take a look.
No, I'm not interested. No, not my color scheme. No, 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 no. Ladies, my name's John.
Hi.
The dark-haired one's got good bone structure. I don't like short hair. If I want to date someone with short hair, I'd date a guy. I see a table of like 8 girls. I think I'm going to talk to them. Have you guys heard about this whole AtlantaDaterMatch.com fiasco? Worst person in the world. Blew off the fat chick.
I know, John Fitzgerald, right?
That's right. Nice to meet you.
I think he's a little pompous.
She winked at me on Match, so I sent her back a very standard email. I work here. I live here.
He likes himself a lot.
At that point, she decided that we weren't a match.
After she wrote back and said, I'm not interested, whatever, who cares, go on with your life. He responds,
No, she wrote-
fat.
I never said she was fat.
He definitely has somewhat of me. Not every single girl out there is going to want him. Maybe she doesn't want to live the lifestyle you do. He needs his own table, really, for his head.
I'm so horrible.
Anal rejection. You're not.
The one in the pink shirt is kind of bubbly. Looks like Reese Witherspoon. She's okay. I like the blonde and the orange shirt the best. When there's 7 people sitting together, it's like the popular girls in high school going, ha, 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 ha. Individually, one-on-one, I pick them off like a vulture.
Andrea and Mary Kate were 2 of the women John met in the bar in Atlanta. Now, Andrea says that she doesn't blame the woman he met online for not being interested in him. Mary Kate says she thinks John was defensive and egotistical. Now, Andrea, you described him as uptight, dressed in suspenders, very arrogant when talking about the situation, and overly sensitive, unprovoked, and offensive.
Very much. Sounds about right.
Now, Mary Kate, you said he was a big turnoff. Why?
You know, he got his feelings hurt, obviously, and so he reacted. But what would have been really sexy and really nice is if, when we talked to him about the situation at the bar, if he'd just, you know, kind of been humble, apologetic, tucked his tail between his legs and said, you know what, I messed up. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend anyone.
But you don't feel that way.
Not at all.
Well, here's what you said. You said, so next time you meet a guy of my caliber, instead of trying to turn it around, just get to the gym. I'll even give you a free training session so you don't blow it with the next 8.9 on Hot or Not, Ivy League grad, Mensa member, can bench, squat, leg press over 1,200 pounds, and has had lunch with the Secretary of Defense. What? If I was going to mention, if I was like trying to impress a girl, I don't think that would make my list. I had lunch with the Secretary of Defense?
The guy can push the button and blow up the world. Maybe you're not impressed, but I am. He carries a nuclear suitcase. Carries a nuclear football.
Okay. Well, all right. We're going to add you to the audience here, one man amongst all of these women. And we're going to keep talking about egos and whether or not they cross the line or whether they don't. And so just y'all are going to stay involved in this. But we're going to add somebody to the conversation. We're going to meet a self-proclaimed Casanova who says men need to act like cavemen and take whatever they want when they want it from the women they want it from. See, you may feel better about John after you meet Paul. We'll be right back.
Sorry, guys.
There's a lot of single women looking to meet a guy. My main goal today is to meet a dozen women, get their phone number. I have to be on, right? I've got to engage, build rapport, close.